Hello, everyone, and welcome to our lesson on agent skills. So, what exactly are skills, and how can they help us, especially when working with NinjaTrader? Think of a skill as a reusable package of expert knowledge that extends what your AI agent can do. According to the Google Antigravity documentation, a skill is essentially a dedicated folder containing specific instructions, best practices, and trading concepts that you define. Instead of typing out your complex trading philosophy every single time you want to build an indicator, you save it once as a skill. When you start a conversation, the agent automatically reads the descriptions of your available skills. If it sees one that matches your request, it adopts that expert persona and follows your exact rules for the specific task. Okay, so let's create one of our own. Let's go back into our code editor in Google Antigravity. Now please copy all the text attached in the file for this lesson. Ask the agent to create a new skill for you, paste the content into the chat, and press enter. As you can see, the agent is currently generating the skill for us. And there we go. Our agent successfully created the skill. It is located right under this newly created folder called Breakout Specialist. Now, let's talk about what this specific skill actually means. As you can see from the text we just pasted, this skill turns our agent into a domain expert in market microstructure, specifically focusing on pure price action breakouts and liquidity sweeps. We are instructing it on the core differences between a true breakout with strong displacement versus a fakeout or a turtle soup setup. We are also telling it to strictly use pure price evaluation, meaning it must look at the open, high, low, and close relationships and completely ignore lagging mathematical oscillators like the RSI or MACD. Let's go ahead and accept the file creation. And now let's put this skill into practice. Let's open a brand new chat. We need to mention the skill, so I will type the @ symbol, and as soon as I type the first letter, the correct suggestion pops up. You can see it is this specific skill because it sits inside the Breakout Specialist folder. This is exactly the knowledge base we want to feed our agent right now. Now let's ask our agent to develop a new trading strategy based on this skill. By tagging the skill directly, we are forcing the agent to read all those advanced price action rules before it writes a single line of code. Because everything is already detailed in the skill file, I don't need to write a long, complicated prompt. All I have to say is simply develop a strategy for me and give it a free hand to do what it wants. Notice that the very first thing the agent does is analyze the skill file we provided. It is absorbing all that context to understand exactly what kind of strategy to develop. I intentionally gave it a very simple request just to prove to you that it truly reads the skill and understands it needs to build a breakout strategy. As you can see, our agent developed a strategy and named it Breakout Specialist. This strategy is actually quite sophisticated. It utilizes dynamic tracking to identify previous highs and lows, and it checks for a true breakout by ensuring the candle closes in the top 25% of its range to confirm strong market intent. It even includes logic to identify fair value gaps for potential retest entries, and handles liquidity sweeps to flip position biases. Let's click on Accept and test this strategy in the Strategy Analyzer. Of course, first we want to go to the Ninja script editor to ensure there are no compilation errors. And as you can see, there are 0 errors. We can even compile it ourselves to verify everything is working properly. Excellent. Our script compiled successfully. All that is left now is to go to the Strategy Analyzer and see this in action. Let's open the main NinjaTrader window, make sure we are connected to our data provider, click on New, and then Strategy Analyzer. Great! Let's search for this strategy in our list. Its name is Breakout Specialist. You can see I found it. I will leave the parameters exactly as they are, and I will just select the financial asset I want to test, which will be the ES, the S&P 500 futures contract. I will change the time frame to 5-minute candles, and set the backtest to run from the beginning of 2025 up to today. All that is left is to click Run and verify it works. Okay, as you can see, the strategy successfully executes. The profit results are pretty terrible, but we can see the core logic works correctly without crashing. We can look at the visual analysis, and of course, jump into the chart to examine the actual trade executions. Naturally, you can continue to tweak the parameters and refine the strategy to better suit this specific market. But the ultimate goal of this lesson was to show you how to use skills and why they are so crucial. Of course, skills have many other powerful uses. For example, you could create a skill that enforces a strict risk management protocol for all your bots, or a skill that teaches the agent how to format your code to your exact personal style, or even a skill that defines a very specific multi-time frame analysis method for future projects. Okay, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you in the next lesson.